Our first event of the day, the men's 110-meter hurdles, the world and American record from back in 1981, 12:93, held by Ronaldo Nehemiah. This is the way they will line up. In lane 1, out of the University of Minnesota, Rich Benoit. Lane 2, USC athlete Robert Redding. In lane 3, Tonie Campbell, the silver medalist in the Olympics. In lane 4, probably the dominant high hurdler in the world today, Roger Kingdom. In lane 5, from the People's Republic of China, Tony Lee. In lane 6, Emilio Valle of Cuba. In lane 7, David Ashford, competing unattached. In lane 8 will be Ken Hall from the Southern California Cheetahs. And in lane 9, Michael Simmons from the Stars and Stripes Track Club.
This has a good field attached to it. There you see the athletes getting ready. There's Roger Kingdom. We chatted with him. I have talked with him on this subject. I should preface it while we have a minute. About him becoming a decathlete. He brought it up to me about 3 years ago, said he was thinking about it. He has talked now about tackling the decathlon next year. There you see some of the talent that this man has shown in the hurdles. Look at all of those awards. Don't you wish you had one of those?
I know I'm not fast enough, but at about 6 feet, 200 pounds, Roger Kingdom has the build, I think, for a good decathlon.
Well, Kingdom next year says at the national championships, he is going to compete in the decathlon with an eye towards representing the United States at the Goodwill Games in Seattle, Washington next summer. Tonie Campbell in the black with his back to you right there. There you see the titleist. He is the 4th fastest man in the world right now, and the man he was shaking hands with also wearing black was Robert Redding. There's some of the titles that Tonie has brought home. Look at that, ranked in among the world's top 10 the last 9 years. Terrific accomplishment.
And something not noted there is that Campbell went to the University of Southern California, graduated back in 1981, so he has run plenty of dual as well as invitational meets on this UCLA track. He knows this facility well.
Psychologically, those things are important. Greg Foster has a sore hamstring. I might add he was due to compete, is not here, but this was his home track, and it would have really, there you see the world record, the world's best rather this year, Colin Jackson, who was the silver medalist last year. Roger Kingdom is just 2/100ths of a second behind Bob.
And in fact, Roger Kingdom set that time in beating Colin Jackson earlier this summer. It's been a great summer for track and field. Here are the all-time top 5 performances in the men's 110-meter hurdles. Of course, Nehemiah, the class of the field. In fact, Nehemiah ran 13 flat to set a world record on this track back in 1980.
Colin Jackson, a very improving young man from Britain. You see Roger Kingdom getting the introduction to the spectators here. The hurdles they're going over, 3 feet, 6 inches. And these guys, I'll tell you, you hit any one of them and it can throw you off course. It's an interesting, challenging event.
Roger Kingdom, of course, the 2-time Olympic champion, 3-time national champion in the 110 highs, including the last 2 were national championships in a row. There's a look at Lee, the young Chinese athlete, a student at Washington State University.
Interesting story, man, that you see in the red right there that we honed in on. Tony Lee came to the United States as a long jumper. And he's extremely tall for Chinese. They don't have too many athletes that are up over 6'1", 6'2". He's almost 6'4".
And in lane 9 from the Stars and Stripes Track Club, Michael Simmons.
Once again, your lane assignments: Rich Benoit in lane 1, Robert Redding in 2, Tonie Campbell will be in 3, Roger Kingdom in 4. They'll be the ones to watch. Tony Lee in 5, Emilio Valle of Cuba in 6, David Ashford in 7, Ken Hall in 8, and Michael Simmons in lane 9.
On your marks.
The runners will start in shade and then burst into brilliant sunshine on the straightaway here at Drake Stadium.
Temperature about 83 degrees. The humidity's moderate. There's almost no breeze blowing here this afternoon in Los Angeles.
And what breeze there is will be blowing from right to left across the athlete's pass. It will not be assisting them.
Set.
Quickly away, we watch Campbell in 3. And Kingdom in 4. Campbell and Kingdom breaking away. 3 hurdles remain. It's Kingdom and Campbell shoulder to shoulder. Now Kingdom takes the lead and takes the victory.
You know, I asked Tonie Campbell about 3 or 4 weeks ago, how do you defeat Roger Kingdom? He said he can beat you any way. He can come from behind, he can hold the lead, you can put pressure on him. He's so strong he can sometimes hit hurdles and still win, Larry. Excellent race. Watch the burst from the blocks. Campbell, wearing the gold shorts, gets out well, and he's actually up on Campbell here by the 2nd hurdle ever so slightly. He's an excellent technician, and the trouble really lay with Kingdom early on in the races. He's tipping the hurdle with his right trail leg. Look at the lead, a slight lead here by Campbell, but watch the power that Campbell I should say the Kingdom turns on here in the last couple of hurdles.
This is becoming something of a trademark race for Kingdom, coming on strong over those last couple of hurdles.
Look at the speed differential right there.
From the last hurdle to the finish. Now you'll watch it from head on. Campbell to your left, Kingdom to your right.
The delicate balance must be maintained between running almost all out, maintaining your stride pattern, and trying not to clip the hurdles. Any one of these can spell disaster. Look at how many hurdles he kept tipping and still managed to run a good time and defeat a world-class field. Tremendous strength by the man from Pittsburgh. Look at that guy go.
Roger Kingdom, a member of the World University Games team in this event, coming up August 20th in Duisburg, West Germany. A great performance by the two-time Olympic champion. He's standing by now with Dwight.
Better put the shirt on, I see.
Roger Kingdom, as the guys were saying up top, kind of a trademark this last season, coming on the last 2 or 3 hurdles, getting your act together the last half of the race.
Well, I think it's because everyone else is accustomed to my starting to take advantage at the 3rd or 4th hurdle. Now they're staying with me a little bit stronger. So I have to wait until about 8 to make my move. So I think in the next couple of years, I'm going to have to do something else because they're going to even have that down pat.
That's not really the way you ran the Olympic race or any of your good races last summer in Europe. You took over at the 3rd or 4th hurdle.
Well, actually, I get a slow start. Then I get into the group, and I start to run people down between 3 and 4. But like I said earlier, the guys are starting to get accustomed to that, so they're running hard until we get to about 7 or 8. So now I'm going to have to go back and work on it again. Maybe if I can get in good a shape as I was last year, I can start pulling away again.
What about some of these races between you, Colin Jackson, and Tonie Campbell in August in Europe?
Well, I think it's going to be very good, and once we all get up, the adrenaline get going, and the heat is there, we have a good shot at the record, I think.
Another Roger Kingdom classic. Thank you very much. Good race.
Thank you.
And unofficially, 13.3 seconds for Roger Kingdom, 3/10 off the meet record, but a great mano-a-mano battle.